When it comes to music, you never think of the name Ant Glizzy these days, even though music is one of the main elements of his career and very important to his story. Well, that's unless some type of controversy is involved, like him going back and forth with the entire city of Chicago, or him even having beefs across his own city.
Yesterday. Now I'm trying to bring y'all together. Stop whooping like this. But stop saying that you hit Ant Glizzy girl. Let's start there.
That's why I be FPG.
Hey, look at this though. I don't even know him, bro. I don't know
Why
him,
you
but
keep my name in
that's
your mouth
witness
like a
3.
thought?
Witness 3, leave me
Why you
alone.
keep my name in your
Witness
mouth like a
3,
baby bottle?
leave me alone.
You gotta tell me something, blood. If you
I
don't
ain't
know
gotta
me,
tell you
gang,
nothing. You
look,
told everything
you gotta tell
already.
me. I'm
You
you
already
told me your
told.
brother, gang.
You
Your
already
people know
told.
right now in Cairo, they got federal indictments on Shondia Gregory
I
Grave,
bet you they
nigga. On my
do. The
26
police tell you
off your
everything.
name, gang.
The police
Stop
tell
playing.
When me and Shy had problems, I ran into Ant one time. That was at Stadium, and he walked right past me. I walked right past him too. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing. It was nothing. Me and Ant never beefed. We actually got one song together, so me and him never beefed. He was never my op. All the little rumors that Jmane asked me about him chasing Sosa out the city and all that, that was cap too. And I'm gonna leave it at that. That shit cap. So, and I'm the type of nigga that even if a nigga die, I never say what was done that night. You know what I'm saying? Because God rest my dog's soul, but the streets know. You get what I'm saying?
Today, I plan on speaking with y'all from the Glizzy Gang days to Bid TV, all the way to him trolling the entire internet. Ant was already known in the streets of DC with connections throughout the city. But him getting recruited to Glizzy Gang is the move that gave him the career that he has been able to hold on to today. The security comments from Ant are also a topic I have a couple of conspiracy theories for. He's made it very known that the protection of Shy was a priority and the anchor of his Glizzy Gang existence. Before I say this, I want to say, Ant Glizzy is by no means a terrible artist music-wise, and he's always been able to receive a decent amount of streams and views on his content. He was just never able to grow a decent-sized fan base within the mainstream light. But at the same time, Ant has been more so a public figure that has been able to use himself being well connected and introduced to certain opportunities that his music career really didn't play any significant role into. He holds a list of decent projects and local DMV hits, as well as holding honorable links within the hip hop industry, but he hasn't been able to release anything viral or worth listening to on a mainstream level, even at the height of his buzz back then. But ultimately, when I look at his career now, years later, the attention that he gained locally probably did a lot more for him than having clout back then. You have artists like Shy Glizzy, who rose to the top of DMV music, went mainstream, gained industry relations that would eventually go sour, with his buzz eventually sizzling down to nothing. And he had no core fan base to lean on when things went left. COVID was a very pivotal time, not only for hip hop, but for the entire world. During this time period, Big TV was Ant's bread and butter. For those who aren't familiar, Big TV was like a DMV version of quarantine radio from Tory Lanez. From local cartoon characters to live diss songs and storylines that go along with both.
Been on live, why you been on live talking about my crackhead mother? Guess what her crackhead son been doing? Counting the fuck up off you goofy ass.
And not
nigga.
taking care of
I
mine.
made all
Go
this off
her,
you.
give her some of
I
that
made
money.
all this off you.
Go give her some
I
of
made it all off you, nigga. This little ass look like, let me get, oh man, the one in the back, little one in the back, little serial killer one with the little forehead. I'm telling you, man, his little ass look like Jason little brother. That's baby Michael Myers. Look at the lemons. The one in the jacket, he cool. That ain't really your son. She fucked another nigga, but. Why did you sleep with all them boys?
I never slept with a boy. You know, I don't even sleep.
You might ain't sleep with them. You put them out.
Put him out of where?
I don't know. You been hotels, motels, wherever.
Not really.
Ant has always been a self-fueled individual, but this is definitely a time where you've noticed it a little bit more than the Glizzy Gang days. He never shied away from smoke, from the streets, or the industry, but this is where his image kind of changed from Ant down the block to Ant the controversial and provocative content creator. The line between content and reality really has become blurred, with him being a DMV news channel. This kind of behavior will push him further into the mainstream media and grant him bigger opportunities, being side by side other internet characters while building his platform from the chaos. One interesting thing I noticed is a lot of artists or personalities interviewed or featured on his platform end up falling out with him, especially when you look at his relationships in hip-hop locally. From his feud with Fat Trail, his notoriously known beef with Taliban Glizzy, everybody remembers when him and Money Mar went back and forth, and if I listed every beef that Ant was in, this video would literally never end. I just feel like Ant is someone who is really using his spot and pushing it further, considering he has so much pull in his city and has the ability to bring so many people together. In the DMV, we have more than enough talent and resources to make something happen, but coming together has been something that we've never really been good at. I do like that he recognizes when him or DC is being used or disrespected, and he acts on it, No Jumper being a perfect example. I don't think anyone else left a bigger imprint on trolling when it comes to the relationship Ant has with No Jumper, especially Brick Baby in particular. I thought he was gonna keep that blue bandana and long sleeve plaid shirt on forever. I don't know what was worse, that or Jmane keeping that Gucci hat glued to his head. There is no doubt in anyone's mind that Ant is definitely one of the faces of social media and entertainment when it comes to the East Coast. But when you move like he does, that position comes with a cost. Despite Ant playing both sides of the fence, I think that at times, he realizes the extreme extents he goes for content, with him constantly saying almost mockingly that he doesn't want any smoke with anyone when covering touchy topics, and making it known that he's a proud YouTuber and blogger. I honestly don't think any idea content-wise that can interfere or potentially interrupt my personal life is worth it. When I look at him regarding the DMV, he has a following, but not necessarily an influence. Seeing someone from where you're from thriving in an industry that you one day want to be a part of is very motivating. But what makes people question your influence are the strategy of progressing in your career, or how do the people in your field view you. I appreciate that he's built a platform and motivates people from where we're from to get into media and entertainment, but at the same time, I wouldn't want us to gain a certain reputation based off of his character online. From a business and entertainment perspective, I see his career thriving when you look at the current climate of social media. Being a publicly loved and respected figure already is something that can build envy in those around you personally or in business. So having all of that recognition on top of being a big mouth personality kind of makes moving around a little tricky. Chasing the attention from strangers online and ducking your taco when you're in public because you were in some business that didn't belong to you.